Hey there, Scababs. It's fairly off the cuff, but like Ross Scott's, the GUI should be better. Big open mouth, angry bitch. But this is just a quick demo to show you why my Windows 10 is so much fucking better than yours, man. So to explain, currently on screen, and look at that, it's a top little bit. This is Explorer++ instead of fucking default Windows Explorer, which is horrible. Which, I mean, no, Explorer++, I'm happy to have a second program to the ++ naming convention, yeah. But, it's not without its jank. But instead of that, you get so much not jank, and just, like, it's just so much nicer, man. And you can do bada bing. I only ever want to view as details or thumbnails, but it's so much more configurable than fucking default Windows Explorer, man. Fuck default Windows Explorer. This thankfully replaces it for 99% of things. But also, as you'll have noticed, the wobble wobble wiki, hey, that's the cool shit. And behold, that's the silliest thing that this program legitimately does. See, it was a tiny thing at the top before, that was Phil's top half of monitor. And you can change all of these, so you know how in Win10, when you drag to the side, it does that cringe, like, oh, what Alt-Tab thing do you want to have the other side? You can go, nah, fuck that. Just have this, and you can choose what right edge does. You can make it 75, like, it's some good shit. And yeah, the animations are what all that wobbling and whatnot's from. Because I just, that's cool, I like doing that, I mean, computers are supposed to be fun and silly, man. The default Windows 10 UX and UI experience is so clinical and just fucking lifeless, man. Why don't you just get some wobble wobbling? Isn't that funny? Isn't that cool? But yeah, you can customize all the like right-click folder coming down animations and shit. I've done that previously, but I kind of just prefer the snappiness of default for that. But I do love the animations, and this also is responsible for the semi-transparent inactive windows and slight darkening of them. Like, that's just a nice idea. And here's the funky movement settings, man. Even flicks, like gestural flicks of windows to do, like, blah. You know, that's some good shit. And you can make them super semi-transparent when you're moving, so you can see if you want to, like, line up and align things, like just all this kind of shit that you have to fucking install yourself because of Bill Gates, makes your general UI UX time of using your computer just so much fucking better. So what else can we show you? Obviously I keep my shitty default Windows taskbar on the top. Ideally it could not exist, but sometimes what I use as a replacer is Object Dock down here. But sometimes Object Dock has its own problems that occasionally you just need to like you need your Windows original fucking taskbar and shit. It's annoying, but at least you've got some kind of like nicer thing and does quicker, better previews of these little windows down here than if you were to go, yeah, like that's garbage. And yeah, you see that's all the taskbar icons and shit, the little that thing. So Object Dock is good for that. Ross Scott himself didn't really fucks with it, and I completely understand why, but I just I appreciate how close it is to like the Apple Dock in terms of the snappy snazziness. Like, yeah, it's kind of fudgy, low frame rate when it's coming in, but then once it's kicked in, you get that nice smooth tracking across the things there. But yeah, the next thing, in order to clean up this stock Windows start bar thing, I use not that, I use Windows blinds, yeah, as such. And I used this as the skin to build off, and it looks horrible in the preview. Well, it looks horrible everywhere, admittedly. Use the basics. It makes all of your windows just look like you're running Steam. So like a wannabe Steam OS. But selected that, tweaked all the colors and the transparency and the style colors and whatnot to get this current monstrosity where I'm at. And that is what is mainly responsible for the Windows styles and stuff that you can no longer further customize yourself within Windows itself. You have to install a fucking third-party client to do it yourself now. So that Windows Blind is responsible for that, and how the start bar, taskbar, is transparent and doesn't have the things and all that and whatnot. Whereas Start 11 is what is responsible for customizing this here fucking thing, man. Because again, the stock Windows 10 fucking start menu sucks ass. So this one, at least you get all these different choices and shit, and you can adjust the choices and configure all this stuff even more so from the head and whatnot. And there's settings to make it that Start 11, the start menu, completely replaces Windows 10's. But then there's also a menu where you can like add a button in the Start 11 menu to bring up the original Windows menu. So like it's good. It's real nice and seamless. I'm a big fan of that one. Most of the things I use, in fact, are Stardock, so I guess I'm a bit of a Stardock simp, which, again, from Ross Scott's, that GUI should be better, open mouth thumbnail. He doesn't like Stardock, and I can fully empathize with that standpoint, because they are a little heavy-handed. They're a bit kind of like Apple Mac wannabe light, but they fucking do the trick. They do the job for what I want to. So it's Windows Blind, Start 11, Object Dock. What else we got going on? Yeah, Explorer++. I don't have it currently running, but I do. Oh yeah, and I showed window effects. That's for the wobbly windows and stuff. And not really included as my Win10, the GUI should be better, but you will have seen this and be like, whoa, what the fuck is that? And that's Jet Audio Player. I just chose that skin because it looks like an old, like a car stereo or a fucking tape deck or something. So yeah, there's a list of things that you could consider getting yourself if you want your Windows to be less fucking lame.